So first things first, ma'am, thank you so much for doing this. The whole idea of having a rendezvous with you is to identify the person and the personality behind it. Now, primarily, we're looking at all these things. So I would want to know what's on your mind right now. How does a typical election day sound from morning till evening?
So it's a very hectic schedule, and it's all the time about the deadlines,
Deadlines.
wherein you plan your entire schedule till the voting date, and just looking forward to meeting people and convincing more voters.
Okay. So a typical election day would start, say, about 7:38 in the morning. Uh, it goes around with you meeting a lot of people, attending meetings and committees and all of these things. What's your energy drink through the day, ma'am? Like, how do you go through the day? What keeps you that going through the, especially with the shootings, summers around?
So actually, the day canvassing starts at 8, but my day starts at 5.
Okay.
And then what happens is, now you asked me what keeps me going. I think the belief in the candidates, the belief in their vision, and doing something really good for the city, and that keeps us going.
Okay. So we've decided to have this totally unscripted interview today. So we're going to be exploring various aspects about the family, the people in your family, together, all of you, how you're trying to make a tangible change. Of course, we'll be touching upon aspects of Apache, then SSM sir, your interaction. So there'll be a slew of questions ahead, which will be reaching out to various domains of it. It's just for people to understand the thought process behind all of these things. So that's the whole intent of this rendezvous. And once again, man, thank you so much for giving us the time, for walking us through, letting us inside and disturb your your whole surroundings. But then, yeah, we do understand that this is a very, very hectic time for you. And this really means a lot for you to do this for us. Ma'am, what would be the kind of music you listen to when you are traveling so much extensively, which sort of keeps the sense of calm going for you?
It's mostly instrumental or old Hindi movie songs.
Okay.
Something very good with the lyrics. It brings out the positivity in me.
Okay. What do you usually watch, ma'am? What kind of content do you watch? We'd be very interested to know what's on your
Mostly
playlist.
the self-help or motivating videos. That is what I really, it boosts me and my energy. I really enjoy watching some of the very good speakers, listening to them, and watching autobiographical movies.
Okay. Which was the last piece of content which actually moved you? It could be a speech, it could be an anecdote, or anything, any references.
I think the last I read was about Michelle Obama, her autobiography about becoming, wherein she tells about there's nothing like once you grow up and you become something. Your life is a continuous process of becoming and learning.
Okay.
That is what it's
nice. Okay. So we see where you stem all your inspirations from.
Yeah.
That's good. Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, when it comes to discovering responsibilities and everything one at a time, you have witnessed a lot. You have witnessed everything from the beginning till now, and like you said, the process is becoming something in this. Any two or three incidents which you can narrate? What I'm actually looking for is human moments. It could be anything related to your political exposure, or it could be with general interaction. Anything which you would like to share with us, perspectives?
I think every day meeting people from different class and different regions, walking through entire Davangere, the constituency, north and south. It's been a journey of becoming. Like you see so much of. I think it's more like, see, we have the frogs here. Wherein the frogs, they stay in a well and they think this is the world.
Yes.
But when you step out of the house, you see the real world, the real play, the real pleasure in smaller things in life.
So I would say that the recipe of your putting in of creating something is a lot based on feedback from the people you meet. A lot of what you do, as much as I understand, is a reflection of what you face or what you endure. So that would be this thing. Now, when it comes to prioritizing your life in terms of its main agenda and what needs to be done, do you have a daily planner? Like, I'm just curious to know, you have the checklist of these are the things I need to accomplish. How does it function, ma'am?
I think first is my family. My family is my priority, and my personal health. I prioritize my health, my routine with my exercise, pranayama, and I watch my eating.
Okay.
And what content I take throughout the day, be it meeting people, watching something on TV or social media, and family time. The time I spend with my children,
Yes.
that is boost for all the energy. It keeps me going. They are my real critics.
Okay. So yeah, coming to your children, I was just about to talk about that. Of course, God has blessed you with 3 wonderful and beautiful human beings who are a reflection of you and Sir and everything thing. We'd like to know maybe something quirky and something wacky about each of them, which makes them distinct. Let's start with Samarth.
Samarth has always stayed in a boarding school since childhood. It's only during the COVID times he's come back, and he's I think very caring, very genuine person.
Yes.
And he's a favorite, being the eldest.
Yeah, he's got a semblance of his mother
Yeah.
more than this. Shrestha, ma'am?
Shrestha is the, what do I say, time pass, I keep calling her. Why I call her time pass is, now if all of us are sitting together, she's the one who talks the most, who keeps that energy in the room.
Okay.
And she's there next to her dad if her dad wants to order anything on the maybe the Amazon, getting something couriered, or setting the Netflix account.
Okay.
So she's her dad's personal PA at home.
Okay. And of course, the most notorious, the last one, Shiva.
Shiva, I think how Mallikarjun has saved Shiva's name is my son Shiva. So he's also very adorable, very pampered.
So your children are your strength. I mean, I wouldn't be wrong in saying that. Like you said, they give you your first-hand criticism. Of course, they tell you, "Mama, this is this, this is this," and that uninhibited way of expressing it to their mother. I think that's really what is strength.
See, when you said about children, even be the health camps. I got married when I finished my BDS during my final year of BDS studies, and there was always this yearning to do something, to work or pursue my education. My children realized this, and they were always like, "Ma, why don't you start doing something?"
Okay.
And then we started with the health camps. This was my discussion with S.S. and Sir Mallikarjun aur jate matadimele. And then once we started with the camps and all, and during our family time, whenever we discussed, they were very encouraging. And anytime if I felt low in energy or in mood, my children always supported me, and they were like, just keep it going, realize your dreams, just go out, Martha. So very encouraging children.
That's really very heart touching, ma'am. Like children at their age to understand what their parents hold and what they're capable of, I think that's really remarkable, and that's a little less known fact. I think people around wouldn't be knowing this. I should say that more than you supporting your children are supporting you now. I think very much.
Very supportive. See, to the extent like my daughter is, "Ma, you have to learn driving. Ma, you have to do this and that." So for her, it's like she has a bucket list for me even.
Okay.
So that is how she is.
ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಪ್ರಭಾಕ ನೀವು ತಮ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸ, ತಮ್ಮ ಬಾಲ್ಯಾವಸ್ಥೆ, ತಮ್ಮ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಹುಡ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಕೌಟುಂಬಿಕ ಜೀವನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸೋದಾದ್ರೆ.
ನಾನು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಕಕ್ಕರಗೊಳದಲ್ಲಿ, ಕಕ್ಕರಗೊಳ ಗೌಡ್ರು ಪಟೇಲ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ಆದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ನು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಾಲ್ಯ ಕಳೆದಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾಲಿಫೈಬರ್ಸ್ ಕುಮಾರಪಟ್ಟಣಂನಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆಯವರು ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹರಿಯರ್ ಪಾಲಿಫೈಬರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಟಿಲ್ PU ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ತನಕ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ವಿದ್ಯಾಭ್ಯಾಸ ಆಯಿತು. ನಂತರ ದಾವಣಗೆರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಪೂಜಿ ಡೆಂಟಲ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ BDS ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಮುಗಿಸಿದೆ.
ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಯ ಗುಣ ವಿಶೇಷಗಳು ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
whenever you tell daddy, I become very emotional. So I'm very close to my dad. And ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಹೆಸರು KG ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರಪ್ಪ, ತಾಯಿ ಗಿರ್ಜಮ್ಮ ಅವರು. And he was a very totally family person. Be it our own family, my brother, myself, mom, dad. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವರ ಅಣ್ಣ ಅಕ್ಕ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆನೂ ಕೂಡ ಟೋಟ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ವೆರಿ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆರಿ happy soul, basically.
Okay.
Sneha Jeevi.
Okay.
So I think these qualities somehow I've imbibed from him.
Yes.
And my mother is a taskmaster, disciplinarian,
Okay.
and very focused on education.
Okay.
So that part is from my mother.
Okay.
ಕಕ್ಕರಗೊಳ್ಳದ ಗೌಡ್ರ ಕುಟುಂಬದಿಂದ ಬಂದು ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಗರ್ಭಗುಡಿ ಅಂತಿರುವ ಈ ಶಾಮನೂರ್ ಮನೆ ಸೊಸೆಯಾಗಿ ಹೊಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು? ಅದು ಈಸಿ ಇತ್ತಾ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಡೇಸ್ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೌ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಡಾಟರ್ ಇನ್ ಲಾ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಬಿಗ್ ಹೌಸ್?
This question takes me back to my childhood. ಸಣ್ಣವಳಿದ್ದಾಗ ಕಕ್ಕರ್ಗೊಳಗೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಗೌಡ್ರ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಜ್ಜ ದೊಡ್ಡಪ್ಪಜ್ಜಿ ಪಂಚಾಯಿತಿ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ನೆನಪಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ಕಟ್ಟೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಜನರಿರೋರು, ಏನಾದರೂ ಊರಿನ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದೇ ಒಂದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಇನ್ ಕಕ್ಕರಗೊಳ್ಳ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ವೆಕೇಷನ್ನು, ವಿಂಟರ್ ವೆಕೇಷನ್ ಹೋದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆ ಪಂಚಾಯಿತಿ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕೆಲವರು ಅಳೋದಂತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಇದೇನು ವಾತಾವರಣ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಹಾಗೆ. ದೆನ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ಶಾಮ್ನೂರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ, ಈಗ 1998 I got married and it's been 25 years now. And ನಾನು ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿದ್ದ ವರ್ಷನೇ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿಯವರು MP ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಂಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೊ MLA ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬೈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಹಿ ವನ್ ದ MP ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿಯವರು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಅದೇ MLA ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಗೆ he contested and he too won. So along with Mallikarjun's political career, ನಂದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ವಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತೆ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಜನರನ್ನ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಯಿತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ವಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ 25 ಇಯರ್ಸಿಂದ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ.
ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಪ್ರಭಾವಿ ನಾಯಕರಾಗಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡುವಂಥ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಶಾಮ್ನೂರ್ ಶಿವಶಂಕರಪ್ಪ ಅವರು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ? ನೀವು ಕಂಡ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ, 25 ವರ್ಷದ ಅವರ ಬಾಂಧವ್ಯದಿಂದ ನೀವು ಕಂಡಂಥ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಹೇಗೆ, ಜನನಾಯಕನಾಗಿ ಆಗಿರುವ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ, ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷದ ಬಾಂಧವ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಮನ ಮುಟ್ಟಿರತ್ತೆ, ಬಾ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ ಜನನಾಯಕ ಆಗಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ?
ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಇಡೀ ದಿನನೇ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶಗಳು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟಿದೆ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮದುವೆ ಆದಾಗ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಅತ್ತೆಯಿಂದ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಕಲ್ತ್ವಿ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ವಿ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕೋ ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸು, ಅತ್ತೆ ಮಾವ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮೊಮ್ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಜೊತೆಗಿದ್ದಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಅತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಶಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ನೆವರ್ ಡೆಲಿಗೇಟ್ ಎನಿ ಡ್ಯೂಟೀಸ್. ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡೋದು ನೋಡೇ ನಾವು ಕಲ್ತ್ವಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಸೊಸೆಯಂದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಾಳಜಿ, ಬಹಳನೇ ಕಾಳಜಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿಯವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ದೈವ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಭಾಳ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿನ ಅವ್ರ ಪೂಜೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರಿಂದ ದಾವಣಗೆರೆಗೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬಕ್ಕಪ್ಪನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲೇಬೇಕು ಅವರು. ಅದು ಫೀವರ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಸತ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೋಮವಾರ ಬಕ್ಕಪ್ಪನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಗುರುವಾರ ಸಾಯಿ ಮಂದಿರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಶನಿವಾರ ಆಂಜನೇಯನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇದೊಂದು ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು ಪೂಜೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ದೇವರಾದ ಕಲ್ಲೇಶ್ವರ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೇರ್ಗಳು ಹಬ್ಬಗಳು ಬಹಳನೇ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ. ವಿ ರಿಯಲಿ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಫೆಸ್ಟಿವಲ್ಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದು ನಾನು ಭಾಳ ಇದೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಫುಡ್. ಒಂದು ಸ್ವೀಟು, ಹಳೆ ಅಡುಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಭಾಳ ಇಷ್ಟ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಸ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಲ ನಾನೀಗ ಜನನ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳೋದು, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿದ್ವಿ, ಒಂದು ಜಾಗ ಕೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ಅಥವಾ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೋ ಕೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೇಳಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ. ದೆನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 1 ತಿಂಗಳು 15 ದಿನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಂದ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ಯಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೇಳಕ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಎಸ್ಟಾನಿಶ್ಡ್.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿರೋರು ಬಟ್ ಕೊಡೋರು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಐ ರಿಯಲಿ ಫೀಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಸ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಹಿಲ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಹಿಸ್ ವರ್ಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಐ ಗಾಟ್ ಟು ನೋ ಒನ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ wherein it's quite emotional, but this is something which really touched me and which brings a shiver in my idu. And the incident is wherein ಒಂದು ಚೌಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ವಿ. ಆ ಚೌಟ್ರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅತ್ತೆದು ಫೋಟೋ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟರು ಈ ಕತೆ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ವೆರಿನ್ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ there was a mother who wanted her child to be operated. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟರ್ನ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಜನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸುಮಾರು 10,000 ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ರಂತೆ. ಬಟ್ ತಾಯಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, ನನಗೆ ಗಂಡ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಮಗು ಒಂದೇ ಆಸರೆ ಇರೋದು ನನಗೆ, ಸೊ ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಜೀವ ಉಳಿಸಿ, ನನಗೆ ಜೀವ ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ. ದೆನ್ ನಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಮ್ಮ, ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗದ ಜನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೆನ್ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಹತ್ರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ ನಾನು ಅಂತ ಶಿ ಸ್ಟೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಲೊಕ್ಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ. ಸೊ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೆನ್ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಆಯಿತು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೆನ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅದಾಗಿ 1 ದಿನ 2 ದಿನ ಆಯಿತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅತ್ತೆಯವರು ಆರಾಮಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ತೀರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಅವ್ರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ್ಯಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ವಿ. ಸಂಜೆ 7:30ಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟರಿಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ. ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬಾಯ್ಲಿ ಅಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವನು ಏನೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿಯವರು ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಸೊ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ತಾಯಿ ಆಪ್ರೇಷನಿಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ನಾಳೆ ಬಂದು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಇಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಇನ್ ಯರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಯಾಡೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್. And see, even when I talk now, I get very emotional because that is how husband and wife bonding is, wherein in that loss also you think of somebody else's pain. So that really touched me. ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಮಾನವೀಯತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರ ದುಃಖನೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಮಾನವಾಗಿದೆ, ನನ್ನ ದುಃಖ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರ ದುಃಖ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಂದೂ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಟು ಮೀ.
ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಹೃದಯ ಸ್ಪರ್ಶಿಯಾಗಿತ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ದುಃಖ ತಪ್ತ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶ ಇರುವಾಗ ಅವರು ನಡೆದಂಥ ರೀತಿ, ಅವರು ಸ್ಪಂದಿಸಿದಂಥ ರೀತಿ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ದಾಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಸ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ನುಡಿದಂತೆ ನಡೆಯುವ ರಾಜಕಾರಣಿ ಶಾಮನೂರ್ ಶಿವಶಂಕರಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಅದು ಅತಿಶಯೋಕ್ತಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
S.S. ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಯುವ ನಾಯಕ ಆಗಿ, ಜನನಾಯಕ ಆಗಿ ದಾವಣಗೆರೆ ಜನ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರೊಬ್ಬ ಮಗ ಆಗಿ, ತಂದೆ ಆಗಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪತಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಮಾತಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ?
This is like too much of dissection I have to do. Firstly, I'll tell about ಮಗನಾಗಿ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗಿಂತ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ 7 ಜನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಜನ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು, 3 ಜನ ಬ್ರದರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಅವರೇ ಕೊನೆಯವರು. So definitely he was the most pampered, most mischievous kid in the family. And I think whatever values he has, which people really appreciate, ದೊಡ್ಡೋರು ಹಿರಿಯರೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಅತ್ತೆ ಮಾವಿಂದ he has imbibed it. And as ಈಗ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಅವರು ಯಾವ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಈಗ 92 years, ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ 55 years. ಈಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ 4 ಗಂಟೆ 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಊಟ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಣ್ಣ ಆಲಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೋ, ಮತ್ತು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಮಲ್ಲು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ, ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿದಾನ. ಸೊ ಈವನ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಏಜ್ he still cares for his son, whether he's had his lunch, dinner, ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟು ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ದೇ ಆರ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ರೂಮ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆನೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದು ಸರ್ವೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ, ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಶಬ್ದ ಆದರೆ, ಸೊ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಮಲಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳು ಶಬ್ದ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ. ಅದೇ 3 ನಾಯಿಗಳಿದಾವೆ ನಮಗೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಬೊಗಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳು, ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದೇರ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಾತಾಡಿದರೆ he will not be quiet. When it comes to his family, his father, he's very protective about them.
As a father.
As a father. No, I'll tell about her husband.
And
then I'll talk about
father. Yeah.
Now, as a husband, he's a good listener. This is what my children say. Listener in the sense, if I have to narrate something, ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅದನ್ನು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಡ್ಯಾಡಿ ಯು ಆರ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಗ್ರೇಟ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಪೇಷನ್ಸ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲಿಸನ್ ಟು ಮಮ್ಮಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಲಿಸ್ನರ್. ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಶಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಹೋದರೆ, ಈಗ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಒನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೆಷಾಲಿಟಿ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗಲ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ. So he'll get that entire range of all colors and everything. So that is how his affection is. And many of the things which I have learned, the values along with my parents, I've learned even from Mallikarjun, be it his honesty, his love for his family members and respect for elders. And coming to now father, he's a totally family man. ಈಗ ಅವರು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ವರ್ಕಹಾಲಿಕ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ವೆನ್ ಹಿ ವಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ಹಿಲ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ದ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ತೊಗೊತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ 2 nights ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರ್ ಇನ್ ಫಾರ್ 2 nights he wouldn't have slept. He is on his feet till the project is completed. So ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ if he wants to relax with his family, he loves animals. So petsನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಜೊತೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು for 3 hours 4 hours he'll relax. So he can balance both work and pleasure, which I can never do.
So ma'am, you've all briefed us about the various activities of the SSK Trust, the domain of areas in which it has brought about a tangible change. Would you like to narrate to us or share with us an experience of any such patient or person whose life has been impacted through the activity of the Trust?
There are many few children whose life improved after the intervention from our trust. But I would just like to narrate one incident here, wherein this child, Veeranna, he's from Kakkargoda, and we have adopted Kakkargoda as a model village. And every month every week our doctors are in fact there in the PHCs. And during one of the camps, the mother and child, they came to us, and the child was he looked very pale, underweight. And then the mother came and she just told me like about, she showed something in the stomach, some peg-like thing. And then I asked our doctors to just examine the child and give the details. And then the mother was very upset. She told about her son being 3 years and is very cranky. He wants to play, but he doesn't have the energy. So these were the emotional side. And as a mother, she expressed the child's difficulties. And then we asked her to come back to the hospital and get few tests conducted and let our doctors examine the child completely. So as per that, they came back to the hospital, and our pediatrics department from Bapuji Child Health Institution, they conducted few tests and examined the child, and they came out with the condition of the child wherein the food pipe and the windpipe of the child was connected. And but since they are from a poor background, initially the parents could only afford the surgery, wherein the food and the windpipe were disconnected. Now the child is 3 years old. He is 7.5 kilos weight, and right now the only way the child could take any nutrition is through this peg, which was inserted in the stomach. And now the mother wanted a solution wherein she was looking forward to her child being normal, going to a regular school, going to Anganwadi and playing with children. And then we discussed with our doctors, and they were like the real challenges in treating this child, wherein his esophagus, the food pipe, is short. That was one of the challenges. And the child being just 7.5 kilos. And then we discussed and we really wanted to help the child. And wherein they came up with a solution, like first of all, let us admit the child, keep the child in Bapuji Child Health Institute for 2 months, and wherein the child was given micronutrients, nutrient supplements, and literally our PGs and doctors were babysitting the child. And the mother, the parents were also very cooperative, and they could improve the child's weight from 7.5 kilos to 10 kilos. And after that, meanwhile, they planned the surgery also, how to go about the surgery and make the child normal in his eating patterns. And then they connected the stomach. They, in fact, elongated the stomach and connected it to the food pipe. And after 15 days to 1 month of observation after the surgery, the child started eating normally with slow, small feeds they started with. And then when our team was confident enough that the child could go back home and continue with the routine life, it was only then that the child was discharged from the hospital. So it was totally, I think, 3 to 4 months of care from S.S. Trust. And this was a very challenging surgery, one of its kind in Davangere, or the state, the entire Karnataka state. And it was covered in many of the papers also. And now the child is very happy and going to Anganwadi now. So it is very satisfying.
It's remarkable how few actions lead to such far-fetched consequences. And like they say, I think it's probably the butterfly effect, ma'am. I think somewhere, somehow, well-intentioned will give out to such kind of consequences. So I think that's really a remarkable story of mankind triumphing over everything else.
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ SS ಕೇರ್ನಂಥ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪನೆಯನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಟೋದು ಸುಲಭದ ಮಾತಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪನೆಯ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಹರ್ಡಲ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಬಂದಿರತ್ತೆ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲದರನ್ನ ಮೀರಿ SS ಕೇರ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡ ಧ್ಯೇಯದ ಕುರಿತು ಹೇಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತು, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ವಿಸ್ತೀರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ.
See, initially when we started SS Care Trust, it was basically dialysis care. And then we had meetings with our doctors and we got feedback from them. And whatever the health issues which were close to Appaji and Mallikarjun, the people who approached them for particular health services, support. And then when we started with the health camps also, based on our experience also, we put forth certain issues which we wanted to take it further. And being a dentist, I always had interest in public dentistry. And then we got in touch with two of our dental colleges, Bapuji Dental College and College of Dental Science. And we conducted many oral and dental hygiene camps in the government schools and even in the rural parts of Davangere district. And it was very interesting because the basic things like even brushing were taught to children, wherein you tell the child, you ask the child like how much amount of paste you take for brushing your teeth. This is very simple, but they do not look at this.
Yes.
So I used to tell them on the shenga bija size into paste hakobeko. Amal, we used to take all these models,
Yes.
teach them, and even we used to give them some songs on brushing habits. They used to narrate the songs. We used to give them prizes for that. Some drawing competitions were held. So it became more inclusive. The children also learned these habits. And it was very interesting, like getting among children, getting that energy. And they had numerous games also to teach them hygiene habits. So that was very satisfying, the dental camps. And along with that, we conducted women's camps, wherein now I really feel like whenever we used to do the NCD camps in the rural limits, a simple thing like testing their blood sugar levels or checking their BP, many of the women are not even aware of their sugar levels, their hypertension levels. So wherein women from the poor background, they neglect their personal health and they prioritize others' health.
Yes.
Their husband, their children's health over their own health. And ignorance, be it accessibility of services, and awareness about disease. So these were the ideas we generated, and then we thought of all these awareness camps, screening camps, preventive camps, treatment camps. So right now we are working on the breast and cervical cancer awareness camps. We have conducted many camps in the rural aspect of Davangere, and we will be starting these camps in the city also. We have conducted one camp at Akmadevi Samaja, wherein ladies from many other Samaja were present, and they approached us and they were very thankful, like getting to know about the basic of self-breast examination, the risk factors in cancer, and preventive factors. And so it was very learning, and they, during the next camps, they in fact brought their mother-in-laws, mothers for the cancer screening camps. So I think that is something which many women will be looking forward to, and will take it extensively in the coming years, wherein each and every woman in Davangere will be aware of breast and cervical cancer, the risk factors, like I said, all the details about cancer, and they are very empowered about cancer.
So, ma'am, when we talk about the SSK Trust, the philanthropic work that you've been doing in terms of providing healthcare schemes and provisions to an entire thing, we'd like to know the genesis of it. How did it all happen? How was the idea conceived, and how did it develop?
See, actually, we started with multi-speciality free health camps during the 2018. In the year 2018, we conducted around 30 camps in and around Davangere city. So then, with that, and with the response from the people, the doctors, we felt we could work more towards giving free services to the public, the poorest of the poor. So then, in the year 2019, and Mallikarjun and Appaji were keen on giving free dialysis, because they came across many from the labor class who had to earn their livelihood, and along with that spend so much money on dialysis care. So they really felt this is one area wherein they need support. And so 2019, the idea of SSK Trust was initiated. And then from there on, it started with dialysis care. And then due to the pandemic, we couldn't do much of the health camps or the awareness camps. And later on, from 2021, 22, 23 now, we started with more of rural camps, women's camps, and we have done anemia and malnutrition camps for Anganwadi children. And then from the trust, we are giving free dialysis, and then service to pregnant women, free delivery at our hospitals, and free cataract surgery, both at S.S institution and GJMMC.
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ SSK ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪನೆಯ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಮುಖ್ಯಸ್ಥೆಯಾಗಿ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ಆರೋಗ್ಯದ ಪರ, ಅವರ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಪರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲವು ನಿಲುವುಗಳೇನು?
See, actually, we started with the concept of Namma Nede Arogyadade. Ade SSK Trust na ಧ್ಯೇಯವಾಕ್ಯ. ಆಮೇಲೆ initially, when we thought of conducting camps, it was the rural camps, wherein healthcare is brought to your doorstep. So for us, the challenge was like mobilizing people. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೋಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, PHCನಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ನ, ದ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿನ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮೊಬಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆರೆನ್ ದ ಆಶಾ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಗ್ರಾಮ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸು, ಇವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟಿಂದನೂ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ ನಾಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ವಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಮೈಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸಂಘದಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಅಂತ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಮೊಬಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ದೆಮ್ ಟು ದ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಟುಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಇಸ್ with the thought of women's health empowerment, wherein every lady, due to lack of knowledge ಆಯಿತು, poverty ಆಯಿತು, ignorance ಇಂದ, she should not lose out on her health ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ದೇ ಪ್ರಯಾರಿಟೈಸ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಓವರ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಗ್ರೆಸಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ವಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ದೀಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಸ್ so that they understand the seriousness of their health issues, especially cancer. Now when we say cancer, we divide breast cancer in stage 0 to 4 anta. So if it is early detection, the outcomes are better, prognosis chanagirutte, life expectancy chanagirutte. So telling them the benefits of this. So screening and early detection is a savior, life savior for them. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಖರ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ if it is detected early. If it is in stage 3, 4, radiotherapy, chemotherapy, surgery, so expenses will mount up. So it's always better you go for early detection anta. So ee reeti avarige ella reeti benefits helkonta, making them more inclusive on why we are conducting these camps. So it's going on really well, the cancer screening camps.
ನಮ್ಮ ನಡೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯದೆಡೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸದುದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಹುಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡಂಥ ಈ ಒಂದು SSK ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನ, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಮುಂಬರುವ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚೆಚ್ಚು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಇಂದ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು, ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಯೋಜನೆಗಳು ಮಹಿಳೆಗಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಥ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸಂಪತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಸಾಕಾರ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಯೋಜನೆಗಳು ಈ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಹೊರಬರಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಆಶಿಸ್ತೇನೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸದುದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಶುರುವಾದಂತ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರಿಗೆ ನೀಡ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಆಶಯ.
So ma'am, with related to the public health initiatives in order to increase the health consciousness of the general population at large, what kind of initiatives has the SSK Trust done in order to encourage this self-motivated behavior among the people?
See, one is from the trust also we are conducting awareness camps wherein we teach them the importance of lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle, be it nutrition, exercise, being active, keeping yourself physically and mentally fit. So those are programs which we are conducting. But if I want to say, even Mallikarjun sir, when we were on foreign trips, we used to see many of these parks having all the gym and exercise equipments which you see in Davangere now.
Okay.
And I remember we walking in the big parks in Europe and China, wherein they have around 10-15 TT tables, and you have the entire community in the parks, and you just compare how we spend our time back home and how the people there are so health conscious, fit, their routine, they give equal importance and priority to exercise and fitness. They are on the streets, spending family time in the parks. And here we have, I do not want to be against our Ritu, but this is my observation.
Yes.
Wherein we are most of the time indoors watching television, and children are on gadgets, on their mobiles or on their laptops. But I think that culture is one thing we should imbibe from the West, wherein they are on the streets being very fit and health conscious. And sir also, I think definitely he has more things in his mind about improving the community's health as well.
ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಾಂಧವ್ಯ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿಯವರೊಟ್ಟಿಗಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, SS ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಅವರೊಟ್ಟಿಗಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. ಇಂಥ ಇಬ್ರು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ಅಥವಾ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ನೀವು ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನ, ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಇಂಬೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಗುಣ ವಿಶೇಷಗಳು ಇದೆಯಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್?
ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿಯಿಂದ ಅಂದರೆ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಸ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರನಾದ್ರೂ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲಿವ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಇಟ್. It should be anything, just being there for them. So simple things like that also. And Mallikarjun aur bagge helbeku andre his persistence, his patience, and I think, like I said, he can balance both hard work and pleasure. I think I should really learn that.
So striking a balance between professional as well as personal life.
Yeah.
Okay. ಇನ್ನು ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿಯಿಂದ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಗುಣವನ್ನ ನೀವು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅತ್ತೆಯವರಿಂದ ಆಸ್ ಅ ವುಮೆನ್, ಆಸ್ ಅ ಡಾಟರ್ ಇನ್ ಲಾ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಆರ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಲೇಡಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ, ನೀವು ಅವರಿಂದ ಏನಾದರೂ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ನಾನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದಿತ್ತು ಅವ್ರು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಗುಣ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್?
See, all of us know we are quite sensitive, so observant. ಅತ್ತೆ ಮಾವ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರೇನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ಅವರ ನಡೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಅದು ನುಡಿಯಿಂದ ಯಾವಾಗೂ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಡೆಯಿಂದನೇ ಕಲ್ತಿರೋದು ನಾವು, ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರ ನಡೆಯಿಂದ. ಸೊ ಅತ್ತೆಯಿಂದ ಅಂದರೆ, ಸಿ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು, ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ 3 children. All 3 of them have meals during different times of the day. Simple thing like making curds for them. ಒಬ್ಬರು 4 ಗಂಟೆ 7 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು 9 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮೈ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ ಈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ 1 ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಿಹಿ ಮೊಸರು ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟಿಲ್ ಡೇಟ್ ವಿ 3 ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಅಚೀವ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ 7 children, ಶಿ ನೋಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ನೀಡ್, ದೇರ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಹರ್ ಲವ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಭಾಳನೇ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಬೆಳೆಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ that is really a lesson to be learned from her.
Yes.
Totally a family lady. And she's also entirely supportive of Appaji. Appaji, I think, taking the care of the entire family, the children. Appaji is free to look after the politics and even his other duties. So she's very at-home person.
Yes.
She's be the hands-on mother.
Yes, ma'am.
So ma'am, after a detailed discussion about SSK Trust, your life, sir's lives and all, we'll have a rapid fire. ನಾನು ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್, ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಲೆಗೆ ಬರೋ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಪದ, ಥಾಟ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ದಾವಣಗೆರೆ.
Home, I think. Home.
ಓಕೆ. ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ, ಶಮ್ನೂರ್ ಶಿವಶಂಕರಪ್ಪ ಅಜ್ಜಿ.
Appaji, discipline. ದೈವ ಭಕ್ತಿ.
S.S. Mallikarjun sir.
Perfectionist, visionary.
Okay. S.S. Care Trust.
ನಮ್ಮ ನಡೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯದೆಡೆ. Women health empowerment. That's a vision.
Upcoming elections, ಮುಂಬರುವ ಚುನಾವಣೆ.
Definitely optimistic.
Ma'am, now that we've heard so much about Sir's role, Appaji's role, your entire life journey of how you've transformed as a person through all these things, coming on to some lighter notes here, ma'am. Which was the last film we watched and which really impacted you, and some takeaway message from that?
I think we enjoyed watching Pushpa.
Okay.
Just because of the music and the rawness.
Okay. So you are a fan of commercial
hooky steps, which sir really enjoyed. So that was a
nice.
good watch.
Apart from that, any favorite film which you always go back to? Because music, books and literature, I see, are a very integral part of your personality. So let's start with cinema first. Which film you keep going back to over and over again? It happens that aaj uska 10 minute dekh lo ya 15 minute dekh lo ya ye scene dekh lo, like that.
I need little time to think.
Okay. Books, ma'am. Any, I mean, of course, the books which have actually quotes or anything.
Self-help books or autobiographies.
Autobiographies.
I really enjoy reading them or rereading them.
Okay.
Quite inspirational, the journey, the actual life, real life situations which molded them to achieve
Okay.
the bigger things in life.
All right. Now, among your children, do they insist on making social media content with mommy or daddy? When was the last time you did a reel maybe with them?
Actually, I'll tell you a very funny thing. We had this dub smashing.
Okay, yes.
I think that was some 5 years back.
Yes, it was trending
you
back
have all these dialogues of the villains and other, or the dances, the hook steps. So I think we all tried doing that and it was real fun.
Okay. Say like mimicking the dialogues and
like
doing a rendition of
dialogues from actor Ambrish's movie. And some of the dance moves and all. So it was real fun trying out.
Okay. Any incident which you'd like to narrate, like on Daily Humor, ma'am? Like, when it so happened that everybody is in a serious meeting and then like, one of your children walk in and then they start crack up. It usually must have happened. I think something you'd like to share on that.
It's like now in our bedroom, If I'm not in the house, it's like a real fun time for Mallikarjun and the children.
Okay.
They get the dogs to the room. The dogs are sitting on the carpet. The food is everywhere.
Okay.
And as soon as I knock or they get to know mommy is around, so the dogs are pushed to the balcony. And this is really very awkward. And I start screaming, and then there's silence.
Okay, so it's just like the typical every other household.
Yeah.
When mommy is there, all our alertness and everything.
Yeah.
So there's the mommy alert and everything into place. Okay. So it has been, I think, a very, I would say, packed experience for you throughout, as we notice it, ma'am. So one thing I think I can take away from this is people, how they've made you feel. I think that's a lot of experiences which is imbibed inside you. Then again, reaching out, a lot of outreach has happened in terms of that. And as everybody would be really happy to know, the wonderful family life that you and your husband and children and everybody share inside. So I think what we see is a result of all of these things. So if I would say, let's say, a one word to describe the experience, what would it be? A word or a phrase?
It is more learning and completeness. You feel more complete, like getting to know so many things, meeting so many people.
Okay, so it's complete or it's work in progress?
It's work in progress and lot of learning, lot of rediscovering, reinventing your own strength, your own attitude about life.
To have a functional democracy, ma'am, I think the most important part, the decision lies with the people of our country and our society. So your message in relation to that, what should be on their minds when they go for this massive electoral exercise?
See, it's been 25 years. I've been married to this family, and it's been 8 elections, the MLA and MP elections together, wherein I have outreached the people, asked them to become informed voters. So, with the trend, the way elections are happening since 25 years, I personally feel now everyone, all the voters have to first of all exercise their right to vote. And wherever they are, just get back to that constituency and make sure you vote. Don't stay back, go for a holiday, or stay in your workplace or in your school or college. Come back to your home, your constituency, and exercise your right to vote. And thirdly, get to know your candidate. Whoever is contesting, learn about, get the political biodata, their political achievements, and their career graph as a politician, the services they have done to the society, how transparent and honest they are, the kind of development works they have done, be it the infrastructure or as a visionary, what is the work? Compare that between the candidates, their achievements, be an informed voter, and then exercise your right to vote.
Yes, ma'am. So on that note, I think very aptly and stoically told message that we need to stand up, vote for ourselves, not for anybody else, but issues concerning us. And like I said, understand the process, know your candidates well, and then exercise your right to vote. So thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us this insights, letting us insight into your lives and how you'll function. I think it was an awesome experience for all three of us. On behalf of them, what started off as a rendezvous, I think will go down as one of the memorable moments we've had with you and the entire family at large.
Same thing here, Nancy. I think I'll have the concluding remarks and the last say here, though you're the host of the interview. I would just like to say that it's been a pleasure having the entire team here and just turning the pages backwards and also looking forward.
Yeah.
So thank you for everything.